Exciting matchup, because like the matchup earlier where we were looking for the answer to the question of CLG Red versus Enigma Galaxy, this is two teams that went 6-0 during their respective group stages here, right? Both teams in opposite groups didn't get to match up in those playoffs because they both look so dominant. And well, now we get to see which one really is on top this season, as we're going to be jumping into Nuke. You can hear the dramatic music, and it's because we have a dramatic game on our hands.
Yeah, FURIA starting on the CT side. Utility from B4, and it's quick and fast to the punch. Gabby to take first contact. In fact, it's a little bit of a mess, but Goddess will fall first.
Yeah, Julih looking to get something back in response, but she is brought down low and decides to abandon ship. Izaa gets a bit of contact, drops back a smoke to give her a bit of cover, because OLGA is here to support, but there's a lot of whiff shots, and they're just bursting through the smoke. Izaa is overwhelmed by Nani, and now it's Mari's chance to try and bring something back, but they cannot find a single opening. Look how low these T's are, but they all still stand.
Yeah, Kit's been isolated on towards ramp as well, being held in by a smoke. Julih knocks one scalp off. Car with the immediate trade, 3 versus 3.
That's a huge trade, because now that Kit can be recovered. Opening up the door, Younger standing, getting one, and transfers with the Glock, and that's probably going to be it. Car, a nice tap back, but there's simply too many targets, and B4 get the pistol.
Yeah, nice round from B4. The fact that they adopt these off-plant positions so early, and Younger, it feels like she's going to get caught off guard with the double swing in from Decom, but she just holds her ground. Close range, Glock always will prevail against the USP, and immediately we've got some answers.
That's beautiful from Younger with that Glock. Absolutely lovely. You do expect your offers to be good with the pistols, and that was nothing short of sensational. So now it's going to be a force-up from FURIA. It's all the upgraded pistols. Car keeps a little bit of extra cash, and OLGA is just charging on through with that 5-7. Got us with the MAC-10, going to clean up. Mari, no chance for a response, burned out. The B bomb site once again looking like it should be B4's. Izaa has made her way over. Maybe she can get herself a rifle, can't quite get the second. Gabby tucked in, it's a bait and switch, but with P250 and a hard clear, it's a hard round.
Feels like deja vu, just with upgraded weaponry. Car now slinking her way down in towards the vents. With that bomb going down, digits being punched in. The question now for FURIA is, do you want to hold on to this, or do you want to give this one a little bit of a look in?
Car can. She doesn't have armor, but Mari, she might want to just hold on to that so she has a little bit of something into that follow-up, and I don't think she's going to be allowed. Oh, maybe she will. Goddess goes down, so that's a MAC-10 picked up, and now she can hold on to that with the armor, drop the deagle over, and suddenly you've got something to work with into that next round.
Yeah, for sure. You can also just make sure you're setting yourself up for success. There we go. Another kill back in. Car on the exit. Will she deny any more weapons?
Oh!
She will. Cracking shot on towards Poppins. It won't amount to anything in the grand scheme of things, but it's another AK being taken away.
It's huge economic damage as well. Not going to be able to pick up the AK at the end, but she did her job. 2 very clean kills with the pistols. Both respective AWPers showing that pinpoint precision with the pistoles. So it ends up being fairly expensive, but it was the force buy from FURIA. They invested everything into this, which means now there's a bit of breathing room for B4.
Yeah, for sure. And off the back of the consecutive bomb plants, they can still reinvest into these rifles and have utilities still behind them. Again, a little bit of a different shade in round number 3. No longer ramp outside the primary focus.
Yeah, I like this. You know, the economy's not going to be in a good place. You can take the long-range duels with the rifles, and you're always going to come out ahead. Goddess can take the ground first with the MAC-10, can just charge on through, jumping over. Oh my god, OLGA! It's a screaming sounds in the B lowers as the Zeus rains through. Poppins, a nice little kill. Gonna make her way through. Nani trying to clean up here, but this headshot angle, maybe you don't want to be giving up any more kills. Ooh. Poppins, a little bit dicey here. Julih catches off one of those flankers, and okay, with Mari going down, they can maybe breathe a little bit easier. Yeah,
they can go up the vent as well, based on the space that Julih has created. Nice job. FURIA quick on the rotations. Wanted to try and catch B4 off guard. Nearly works out, right? Kill and basically 2. Poppins limping. Very lucky to be alive within.
Also, Zeus doesn't give you any money, so, you know, in the end, it's fun to take down a player, but it's the MAC-10.
Yeah, just a jump scare.
Just a jump scare, yeah. Get your heart pumping early on here. Gabby, maybe looking for an exit. Doesn't have anything worth taking over, so damage would be nice, but even that looking unlikely. Younger with a nice kill, and this is a beautiful start from B4.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that you only lose a MAC-10 in a round like this, it's perfect. And it just somewhat solidifies the foundation for the economy. We get to see it in all of its glory. How many more of those will there be this tournament?
Hopefully lots. We love these here at the casting corner.
We do.
The more Zeus, the better. I expect we'll see some knives. I know we saw an attempt at a knife earlier from OLGA.
Yeah.
That was on Overpass when they were pushing out towards T-Ramp. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. It's a map where actually knives are a lot easier to pull off.
Especially in the vents, right?
Yes.
Potentially we could see it. I like this as well. Tactical timeout being called by B4. They know the reinvestment's about to come in. AWPs are about to clash on either side of the server. Give yourself 30 seconds just to talk things through.
Yes, an exciting matchup. Kaah and Young are both looking quite sharp so far, only a few rounds in, but their pistol shots in particular, mentioned a couple of times, have been very nice. So it's a good sign of things to come. And this is the true test for FURIA. They got everything they need, every player fully decked out with utility, armor, weaponry. Now they just have to make it work.
Yeah, door being blown off, allowing for a peek in towards main, potentially for Younger. Kaah patrolling outside, doesn't get caught off by Goddess, and actually she does fumble a little bit of a Molotov, but it's still the ground being given temporarily, but Kaah's holding the cross. Going
back now for the cross smokes being set up. That's going to allow her to make her way out, and her advanced position might even be a fake out. She might just be the lurk to go down, a common setup you see on this T side.
And now what's the reaction? Typically when you lose secret control, it's normally a lobby push or in towards ramp. Got two players currently there for FURIA. OLGA instead drops down towards control room.
Yeah, doesn't break the glass either. Doesn't want to reveal position. They don't really know how far progressed B4 is, and they don't want to overstand their welcome.
Yeah, what's good here is they're not prematurely rotating. That's exactly what B4 are trying to exploit, these rotations on the CT side, as mentioned pre-game. B4 just waiting for any potential mistakes.
And Mari now getting a little nervous, starting to reposition, and they are making their way towards her. She could get caught out in transition here, going to spot the first, can't quite connect the kill, but neither can her opponent. And there she goes with a flashbang from the T's, actually allows her to get that kill. OLGA on that rotation is ready, and they might not be ready for her, dropping down straight into her grasp. Bomb handed over, and Kaah can now set up this crossfire with the AWP.
Yeah, can lock that one in, and Julih has been removed. 4 versus 2. OLGA's conceded space, and Kaah turns round. Goddess falls flat on her face over at Garage, and Youngo with 10 seconds left needs to save the AWP.
Yeah, she's just going to hold on to this one, hoping that they do not push her, and doesn't look like they want to give her anything here, so she should be able to hold on to this AWP. That was a big investment too, and it's not the worst case scenario. You can see there's still enough money in the bank for them to fully invest around this AWP.
Yeah, for sure. Off the case of a couple of bomb plants coming over for B4. I like this reaction though from FURIA. The fact that they don't really step the mark. B4 were accounting for the fact that exactly what I was saying, right? Common tendencies for teams just in general is to kind of push in towards lobby. That's exactly what they were waiting for, trying to get the opener, trying to mess with the lower rotates, but OLGA just sitting there the entire time. It just works out perfectly.
And also against a team like FURIA, you're definitely expecting that like doubly, right? Because they're such an aggressive team, and both these teams are. So as soon as the guns come out, FURIA put up a very convincing round, just losing one player in that entire brawl.
Yeah, see the repercussions of some of these rounds. Goddess reduced just to a MAC-10, but that isn't going to stop her progress. Already down in towards double doors, causing chaos.
Yeah, she's taking a lot of ground here. Mari is a little bit afraid to wide swing it. That's one way to jiggle your utility. And she's going to get caught out trying to throw that one out. Flames go down, but Mari is happy, gets the kill. Kaah finds Younger as well. So this is starting to crumble, grouping up in towards single. Smoke, all 3 players here. They're walking straight into 2, but 1 falls down. Gabby, the only defender on the side, but those rotations can come through quick. They have to deal with her. There's a player coming up the vent as well. And now Nani in a 1 versus 3. Knows where one player is, that Molotov revealing the position. FURIA can play this patient. They have all of the advantages.
Burning alive as well. Just on the cusp of the Molotov. Nani, very difficult. Throws a HE up, trying to guise the sound of the bomb plant. But every second that draws down means that FURIA can step 1 step closer, and Mari will deal the killing blow. FURIA, consecutive rounds in a row.
Beautifully played by FURIA. They don't give her any opportunity to clutch that one out. No one rebuilding their positions, and when that contact comes through, that's where the second player swings up. Kaah doesn't overstep her mark out from main. OLGA's able to swing up, and they're able to deal with her, and then they even had the player in heaven as well. So there was no way into that for Nani. And, well, 2 consecutive now for FURIA, looking unstoppable. And for B4, they're going to have to concede another here because they just have the pistols.
Yeah, Operation Bomb Plant. That would be essential for B4. Kaah taking leverage of her scoped weapon outside, peeking and pondering an opportunity for B4 to try and crack onto one of these bomb sites. Mari has been tested at ramp a few times. Might be another example of that now.
Yeah, and she's done well so far. And, well, against just Glocks, should just be a cleanup. But those bullets will be a bit of a premium for her, and she doesn't want to be in a position where she can get overwhelmed. The support comes through. No, what a clear from Nani. The Glock just doing it, but OLGA's already here. No pathway through, unless they can deal with Gabby. She's been digged on down. She's going to fall back. Oh my god, Kaah goes down as well. Suddenly this is getting expensive. It's a 3v3, and a rifle has been recovered onto Julih.
Yeah, for sure, but that kill was critical. izaa over towards lobby. Now OLGA's holding a passive line down towards B, just waiting for any contact for B4. They've got plenty of options here. Lobby from T-spawn, Hell Wrap, or is it down towards B?
They've got so much time to work with as well. They're going to fall back towards lobby. And Julie's really the one that has to make the play here. Both of her teammates are low, and that rifle, it's been recovered and picked up into her. No armor at all, so it's still a very difficult situation to find themselves in. izaa, that door, it's actually providing her a little bit of cover, and that's that rifle dropped. Younger now picks it up. They're going to be juggling it across. But how do you deal with izaa? Oh, that's how you do it. Younger with a nice headshot. Still 2 more players to find. OLGA's coming out the vents once again.
Bomb plant, though. Exactly what B4 are after. Youngher can now go anywhere. FURIA, it looks like they're going to swing together. Spots one up towards the vent. Oh, that's a great kill on towards Gabby. 1 versus 1. Trying to dictate the flow of the fight. Youngher jiggling in between these angles. OLGA has to close the gap. Pressure's on.
All comes down to the timing here. Youngher swings out. The dig comes through, but can't convert the kill. OLGA with barely a slither of life, able to clutch it out. And a round that shouldn't have been B4's almost goes their way.
Talk about economic damage onto the CT side. That comes down to a 1 versus 1, and that was just Glocks. Oh.
The dink as well, that could have been it. 1 more bullet would have done it, OLGA. What a shot from Youngher. That is absolutely filthy.
Starts as she means to go on, continuing her very good performance from Inferno as well. All right, tied game now. FURIA level the scoreline. And Mari's just on an MP9.
Yeah, they're keeping it expensive here at B4. Outside smokes early this time. They're not overcommitting the control, but Kaah is pushing the issue in towards Trophy. Poppins is holding for some sort of aggression. And the question is, does Kaah want to push this any further? She has the MP9, so they've got this bait and switch set up. Oh, she card clears Poppins with the AWP. OLGA's about to get a freebie though, so it's going to get even straight back up.
Wow. 2-player advantage immediately for FURIA. That's really nice positioning. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Just rotating back now. OLGA's playing more passive. Trying to reconvene with her teammates. Doesn't want to become isolated and allow B4 a way back in.
Youngher just walking down with the AWP. And they are so split up. Everyone is in a very different position. This is bizarre.
Look at the bomb as well. There's no smokes to cover the cross. This is very difficult to get Nani down towards B.
It feels like they might come back up the vent. Youngher can get in. She's not spotted anyone, but she might even want to make noise just to try and cause some rotations because her other teammates, their only avenue is onto that A-bomb site.
Yeah, 35. Nani starts to make her move. Creeping in towards main. izaa, it's her responsibility to try and deal with this pressure, but caught on the timing. Nani delivers a killing blow.
They know Gabby plays backside here, but not accounting for her to swing out. Still, the trade is good. Nani going for this plant, but there is a very fast push from Mari. Already in towards Hut. Oh, Youngher spots out one. Good jiggle, though. Oh, the re-peek. It's punished. Nani gets another. All now onto OLGA, the clutch master. 1 kill coming through and spamming through. Youngher getting nervous, fires off a shot. a bit of chip damage done, and OLGA swings out, but there's Younger with the AWP and a 4th round for B4.
What a round for B4. The fact that they keep pushing the issue in towards lobby, not accounting for the 3rd player of FURIA to also be in that presence. That was a 3 versus 5 that they recovered. And what an incredible moment to do so. izaa gets caught off guard, and suddenly the dominoes of FURIA, they just topple over.
Yeah, that's a lovely decision just to go back up to A when you've got to play it down in secret on the B bomb side, but you've just got no way of getting that bomb there. And so they just pull themselves together, group up, and go for that pincer, and it is perfect. And now it's speed. Kaa has just a deagle, and they know that. Julih has made her way all the way down already. Yaps. Sorry, the vent pop working out quite well. Now she's just tapping away at Mari. Nani is here to finish the job if Julih doesn't catch her out, but that should be it. That's the way through. And this force buy, okay, Gabby gets a big kill. That's the AWP that can actually be recovered.
Yeah, but surely you want to save this if you're FURIA. Bring that forward into the next. You got an M4 on OLGA too. Kevlar, MP9 on izaa. Nice little change of pace from B4. They let the MAC-10 drop down the vent, take the first contact, and then split in towards ramp. And that's where they've been hedging their bets for the start of this first half as well. It's been where they've been finding this map control.
Yeah, and it's also just knowing that the economy isn't going to be fantastic for FURIA in that situation, right? You know that these last couple of rounds have been very close. You've just stolen that round away on a clutch, and off the back of that, you know that they're not going to have all the tools they need. So you can go for that fast play with the MAC-10, trying to abuse it. There won't be an AWP to pick you off, holding that that rush through to the vents, and, well, they're able to get the round off the back of it. So a nice one from B4, gets them up to 5, and these are 2 huge rounds now. They're starting to really punish FURIA.
And they're building momentum, more importantly. Very essential, especially for these South American teams. I feel like they thrive off the environment, and as soon as B4, they've already taken 5 rounds on the T side of Nuke. That's such a good advantage, and there's still plenty more opportunity to keep building that lead.
Yeah, I want to highlight Nani so far as well. She's 11 for 4 at the moment. She's the frag leader in the server, and it feels like in these, like that 3v5 moment, for instance, she can really sort of come through in these really necessary under pressure moments to step up and pull them across the line.
First time out being called now for FURIA. Just taking a couple of seconds to debrief. Kaa, a little shake of the head. Is that AWP going to be juggled back over to her?
Sure.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
Gabby gets an MP9. Oh, quite the fair trade.
Yeah, not fair. You never get that one in matchmaking.
No. Certainly not. Let's go then. Round number 9. Outside. Smokes being lined up already. Thrown down in by B4. And for FURIA looking to set up in the defense once again. Lobby push from izaa potentially on the cards.
Yeah, now you got to play the game of avoid the AWP.
Yeah.
You know that was saved over, and you know they're going to put things around it. Kaa went out early towards red, didn't spot anything. It's a very passive setup from B4, and that's actually a lot of information given. You can see her moving on the minimap. She's all the way out to ramp. Good flash through. Poppins punished, jumps up, a little bit panicked by that swing, and she is removed.
And now look at Kaa, tucked in towards ramp. B4 looks like they're going to reset to this position. Kaa doesn't miss those, and she's even got an element of Mari being baited in, but no. Julih gets rid of her, and now it's Kaa just to potentially hold down this ramp. Threat repositions, but misses her shot. Another potential opportunity, but Julih will find her.
Yeah, a few critical whiffs there, a bit uncharacteristic, but it's going to be punished, and now there's a way through for B4. Now, she did hit a couple of those shots, but they were leg shots. So these players are very wounded, and it certainly makes these MP9s so much more powerful. And if they're going to go for heaven, that's walking straight into the jaws of FURIA.
Yeah, for sure. MP9 can churn up, especially at close range. And this shows us exactly why a multi-kill, and that's dropped the bomb on the rafters. Younger, this is such a difficult round to just completely retrieve.
Yeah, I think she spots to see if anyone's flanking her. That might have been a way into it, but having not seen anyone, no kill given up, she's just going to be saving the AWP. So in the end, it really was that damage done by the AWP. Even though Kaa only gets the 1 kill, she brings 2 players down so low, and B4 feel a little bit uncomfortable. They don't want to push down to B. It's such an unknown entity, and they take the gamble to go up towards heaven, and well, that's where those MP9s just churn up.
For sure. It's a little bit nervy for Kaa, especially after those missed shots, and It kind of draws element back to what Blair was saying pre-game, a little bit of the inconsistency potentially showing and highlighted in this round. But the MP9s, they will do most of the heavy lifting. But again, it's that ramp control that is being gathered so easily by B4.
Yeah, that could be an issue as this half continues to progress. It's another timeout being called in for B4 Esports. Know how critical this next round is. They're going to have a full buy behind it, but if they lose this one, they are the ones that gets reset.
Just thinking about the aggression that FURIA have been taking as well on this CT side. We've seen a couple of MP9 pushes in towards lobby from Hut. We saw Car diligently clear pop-ins over towards ramp, but we haven't seen too much threat outside. Maybe that's something they weave in the next couple of rounds to catch B4 off kilter.
Tell you what though, B4, every time they've gone outside, they've gotten the control. They've consistently gotten players down towards secret without any sort of punish. There's never been any kills through smoke. We saw it in a sentry thrown out at one point that didn't even connect. So that is, they've sort of got two pathways that they're able to find these entries through, and that's ramp and that's outside, which if you're CT and you can't hold those two consistently, that's a big hole in your defense.
It's a good point. And it's also just kind of giving credit to FURIA as well because of the routing that Car's taking when she goes to these outside peaks, because she falls all the way back to become that heaven rotate player, and more importantly, doesn't isolate herself to the fight.
This one is slower from B4. They're now going to set up for those outside smokes. It's only two being primed at the moment. Should hopefully have a third one closer that can be thrown. And yeah, Goddess is going to get ready to throw that one out. So now they can get that cross going. And well, Olga, she wants to deal with it. She's going around it and you can see the smoke. It's a little bit wide. She's going to get a free kill here. Potential to do even more damage, but doesn't want to overstep the mark. Playing around the smokes. She's able to escape.
Yeah, spamming back. Falls into a more passive position. Look at the rotation though. Mari's already on this B bomb site to kind of facilitate Olga giving up this ground.
Yeah, Younger leading in with the AWP. It's not really the weapon you want to be clearing with. Nani is now taking lead, but as you mentioned, already player tucked in deep on the rafters. Mari can cut them off. Car is here as well to hold the pop out of control.
This is perfect. Car can take first contact, but it's all on to Julih. She can hit a little bit of a weird timing, but falls down the vent. Unaccounted for at the moment, but so is the rest of B4.
Yeah, you kind of expect them all to be here now. So Julih dropping down doesn't really give them the advantage you'd hope for. Mari now looking for something. She can hear them all. Now she reveals herself, but only good for one. That position's so hard to get a multi-kill from, and Car is going to get mollied off, so no chance for her to get a frag either.
Yeah, now the afterplants can start to take shape. Julih holding this vent rotate, Younger nading off the door, FURIA trying to flash down towards the ramp, 1-for-1 trade, but Younger holds this line.
It's a good kill from Younger, and she can reposition, spotting the second. Younger drops Olga, and now it's Gabby with the MP9. Simple on a sticker, has to play like the man himself, but cannot do it. Julih is there, and that is a beautifully executed B take from B4.
Yeah, that's a really nice round again. FURIA, it feels like they understand that B4 is down on towards the B bomb site. They expect them to come out of the control room. That's what that entire setup was designed to prevent. But with Julih actually coming down the vent, the fact that they split between the two doorways, Mari is completely isolated. And then these trades, if they go 1-for-1, they're always going to favor the T side.
Yeah, it's such a power position with the AWP. It's so difficult to clear when you don't have the utility just to smoke it off, for instance, or throw a deep Molotov, flashes, anything of the like. And well, now it's a bit of a weird one for FURIA. 3 M4s and 2 pistols. And well, Olga is just deciding she wants to take this round into her own hands. Charges forward and punishes that passive play from B4 outside.
There we go. There's that outside aggression and another example of a head-on collision. Look at this reposition, but Nani's trying to get a little bit tricky with it, sitting in the smoke, but Olga comes back up the vent and deals with her as well.
Yeah, this is the Olga show at the moment in this round. A difficult position for Julih and Younger. Not going to connect that one. Car is ready for both of them. The off angle here, so should be good for one. Or maybe not. They swing out right. Good positioning, and she is still able to get that first run out of bullets, and Younger misses the shot. So now Car with the USP. No, not going to give it the opportunity, but there's simply too many targets. Younger cannot take them down, and FURIA get another round.
That's an example of FURIA's aggression. Just taking point. Olga decides to fight every single player, and she comes up with a hat trick. Look at this. It all starts with the outside push. Drops down the vent, comes back up the vent. What more could you ask for, really?
Yeah, everywhere she needs to be, getting every single kill she needs to. And that's what FURIA need right now, because they were starting to bleed these rounds. I mean, 6 on the T side already feels pretty good from B4, and it's looking like more is quite likely. They want to take the fight. They're fully invested into this one, and that's a MAC-10 and upgraded pistols, so it's a pretty scary situation for them to be in, but if they can overwhelm, if they can find a way through, that would be brutal.
Mari extinguishes her own Molotov, and in fact, that's going to give room for B4 to try and work. Ramp control already has been established. Deep molly. But look at kaah's position here. Yeah,
of course the rotation, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be walking straight into it. kaah picks out the first, the bomb dropped as well, so she can now hold this one down. They have to try and clear her out. Mari, this whole time, has been tucked into the corner. She spots the second player, able to get that one too, and they are all just slowly falling. Nani is eventually able to trade it out, but she is now the only one left. This will be a 1 versus 5, and well, with the Desert Eagle, it's a tough one to pull off. That's a good read where they could potentially be, but there's so many players to deal with, and eventually OLGA will swing.
Yeah, that one is a lot more comfortable for FURIA, and it needed to be. They were the heavy favourites going into that round, just with the weaponry and just with the discipline as well. We're seeing a much more reserved FURIA than what I've seen in the past. Mari, I felt like she would have stood and potentially try and took those fights in towards ramp, instead falls back, allows kaah to take the first contact, and then her multi-kill just completely undoes the round.
Now a chance for FURIA to take the lead, because once again, it's just these Glocks, although I say that. It got very close the last time they had just Glocks, so I don't count B4 out of any round. Although,
nice shot.
That's a nice shot. Picking them out of the air, Poppins is removed. Not able to connect that one, and oh, okay. The USP does the job. OLGA's found one as well, and this round does no damage, in fact, at all.
Yeah, that one's is a lot more by the book.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's another one of those confidence builders rounds, especially because you're in a rivalry, you're on LAN, you've got a lot of appreciation for your opponents, but also just the experience of playing them. And it can get under your skin a little bit if things aren't really going to the script. So the fact that FURIA are able to convert that and it doesn't go completely haywire like it did in the previous Glock round, it's definitely an improvement.
And now a chance for B4 to even things back up. They've now got all the rifles out. It's a few Galils in the mix, 4 of them in fact, and now it's kaah taking the aggression. She's spotted that first player, but she doesn't want to try and overstep her mark. Waits to see if a second comes, and then falls back.
That's the first time we've seen kaah take an aggressive peek outside, and look at this routing. Back in towards Secret, she can come up and still contest the issue.
kaahSENSEI is taking this ground now. Smoke down, but as you mentioned, there's an AWP waiting in Secret for her. There's a big commitment from the AWP because it is very far away and there is a huge gap in that smoke. kaahSENSEI, there was absolutely no way you were getting past OLGA there.
I've seen a similar round from B4 before. kaah, that's a snappy shot. Nani's neck hits the deck. Oh, there we go. Mari. Again, it's this ramp control.
Yeah, they are abusing this opening time and time again. Poppins not going to get that upgrade. A little bit hesitant to pick that up. And now 3v4, they have a bit of utility. And more importantly, they're in a good position to plant this bomb, but they're very nervous.
They've always been good from these afterplants as well. Just need to try and get into that position. Difference you've got this time is that FURIA are moving in already before that bomb even goes down.
Okay, the bomb gets planted. There's a little bit of utility to work for B4, but not a lot. FURIA has every advantage here. Younger, oh, nice adjustment, but she is traded out. And now they do know where a player is. Poppins wants to get ahead of that flashbang. Can't quite connect the spray, only onto one. Puts it down all onto Julih. 1 versus 2. Here's this first player coming all to turn around for the worst possible time, but she adjusts, swivels around. It's a 360 every single direction. They fall around Julih.
How on earth has Julih come out on top there? What a clutch, and a necessary one as well to tie up the scoreline. 7-7, FURIA. They had all the pieces in the right spots. They were swinging as a unit as well from different angles. And I guess it just doesn't even matter.
It's another 3v5 converted by B4. FURIA cannot be letting these slip, but that is incredible from Julih. She knows that there's a player going to swing on her. The target selection, the decision to take that fight, drop down the ramp a bit further. Beautiful.
Yeah. And again, aggression. Good nade. Mari falls back. B4. They've been bullying her over here.
Yeah, she is not having a good time, and well, that might be about to get worse. They're going to be swinging straight into her, but she has a good angle. Only good for the one, though. Has done a huge amount of damage. OLGA now. Oh, Julih! She is just on an absolute tear at the moment. 2 rounds in a row where she's just done these incredible double kills.
And again, it's B4's bread and butter. Another afterplant scenario. FURIA needs to go for that last round of the first half. Scoping in with the AWP is Car down towards Secret. But this smoke is obscuring all of the vision. Molotov to send her actually straight into the fight. Julih is somehow alive and she still nearly finds the kill, but it's significant damages.
Julih is doing everything here for her team. Her teammates don't even have to do anything at this stage. Poppins can just hold this cross, gets that first one, looking for the second. Gabby trades it out, but there's no time. There's just no way into this. Nani closed it out with a double, and it's going to be B4 taking the half. We're going to go to a very short break. We'll come back and we'll see who takes this series.
A healer, only time can tell. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I know it well. Take your pulse and lie it down. It's all about now, and you're alive. Light is pulling you in. It's time to begin a new life. I feel enough to last. Forget my broken past.
Welcome back to the ESL Impact Winter Finals, as close as it can be between our two Brazilian teams on Nuke. B4 take the slight edge as they now maneuver themselves onto the favoured CT side. 7 rounds, Lucy. Is that enough for FURIA?
Look, this is a scary position to be in for FURIA. Goddess, the IGL of the other squad, they got 8 rounds on their T side. She is 1 for 14, having an absolute shocker, and they are still winning this clear and simple and well. It's a brawl. Goddess, as soon as I say her name, gets a nice kill to open things up, but the trades are immediate. Now it's a player advantage for FURIA, as now they're the ones that look to take this control in towards ramp.
Gabby's heard this audio. Out towards A, trying to catch B4, jumping down the vents, but Younger could be undoing FURIA's plans, could play spoiler in towards the double doors. They swing open. Oh, there was an opportunity to potentially remove another body. This is very precarious.
This is scary, but the dual Berettas can't quite connect. Olga can't get the trade either. Good damage onto Younger, but the bomb has been planted. Now Olga still fighting, still hitting these shots, and she is keeping them out of this site. Crossfire set up with izaa as well, so if Olga goes down, that kill can come through, and well, might not even be needed. Olga getting the final kill there and taking the pistol for FURIA.
Yeah, really nice crossfire, based off the information that FURIA gathered as well. Just piecing together little clues to orchestrate the perfect after-plant positioning. Tie game already. It was a lot closer than what we saw in our previous best of one. These two teams, they know each other incredibly well.
B4 are going to play this one conservatively. They're not going to go for the FURIA force. And so it's now a good opportunity for FURIA to start to get a few nice, easy T rounds. Olga, with just a Mach 10, should be taking all the space here. And all they have to do is avoid this stack over on A.
Looks like they might. Already ground gathered towards ramp quite aggressively. Mach 10 leading the charge. Bullets ricocheting around the hell corridor, but no bullets connecting. izaa now has to be careful. She has got support in towards lobby, but the USPs are moving in.
Yeah, you should expect this crunch to come through. It is standard from the CTs, and well, they actually do get overwhelmed. Gabby gets a double. That's 2 rifles that do fall, and at the very least, I feel like you just save these AKs. That feels like a pretty nice upgrade to take into the next round.
Yeah, especially when you've just had USPs the entire time. So that's a win in B4's books. It's interesting you talk about the kill distribution as well. You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. Goddess, Pop-ins, bottom of the board. But you take a look at FURIA, and they're all pretty balanced. They're all quite even. So if they just keep going, they have the same trajectory, then who knows, potentially they could close it out.
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about T side versus CT side, I'd much prefer having the even spread when you're on the defense. If you've got a couple of weak players that the other team knows are having an off day, you can exploit their positions, because you know that it's not like they're going to change up positions, right? Because people just play the same position. So you can find out where those gaps are, and you can just exploit that. I mean, that's what we saw from B4 on that first half, right? They were exploiting the gap from Marion towards ramp time and time again. It's interesting to see how FURIA are going to adapt to this, as this gun round looks like it is going to be playing out. A couple of AKs, a couple of FAMASs, and then 4 A1S.
Just the 1 Mach 10, so maybe we won't see something incredibly explosive out the gate, but it's FURIA's tendency to go a little bit faster when the investment has just come in. Well, Mari is actually leading the charge. They go straight out towards Hut.
Oh, it's fast. And Nani, doesn't convert the spray, but the flames do the job. Poppins gets 1. Olga with a nice kill back in response, and Goddess just pushing through is completely punished. All now onto Poppins, and she is being overwhelmed. Every single angle, utility flying through, and it's a nice recovery. That bomb has to be picked up, and the smoke fades. A second one thrown out, and Younger, she wants to commit through it. She knows she has to go for the play here. Not spotting a player yet. Now here's 1, and somehow izaa gets that kill. Julih reveals her position. It's 1 versus 2. Olga holding her in, cannot adjust, and FURIA pick up the round.
Yeah, exactly what we were saying. Really nice pop on towards the upper floor for FURIA. Overwhelmed just as the purchase comes in. They know that they saved the weaponry off the back of the lobby push into the previous. And that kind of really hinders the progress that B4 wanted to make in this second half. They now have to just upgrade their pistols and buy a couple of pieces of utility.
Yeah, it's just a few small little mistakes there, right? Yeah. Younger just pushing through the smoke. It's unnecessary. They felt like they had the advantage because it was a 3v5. They got those 2 opening kills, and FURIA just didn't let up the pressure. They punished that push through, and they capitalize on it. Poppins gets overwhelmed. She doesn't have that support anymore, and it all falls apart. So this is the FURIA we expect to see. This T-side dominance is where they make a name for themselves. They're a team that I think statistically are a little bit stronger on T-side.
Yeah, they do look good for it. Shout out to Olga as well. Her impact was very instrumental in FURIA hitting double digits first in this best of one. Slow pace, similar trends to what we saw out of B4, just waiting for any aggressive natures, any oversteps of the marks. But now this outside utility is being deployed. The consideration, it all now turns onto Goddess in towards Secret.
And they are going to be making their way towards her. At least 1 will be, with the bomb there as well. But She will be cleared. It's has her eyes locked on the angle, although it all comes down to a bit of a timing here. Goddess, a big kill. And in fact, she can even pick up that AK. Oh, they're all out in the open. The smoke fades. Goddess goes for the spray. 3 kills to her name. And that might be enough now. With these upgraded pistols, Gabby and Mary have to find a way past them.
Yeah, Nani as well can just step in outside. Be on a little bit of a recon mission, provide some information. Gabby and Mary, they can close in the gap, but Younger's tucked in behind the vent this entire time. It's a hard clear. They're not ready for her. Scalp taken. One more head to potentially be collected. Gabby isolates one fight, but Poppins overwhelmed.
What a beautiful round from B4. They have barely anything invested in there. They're saving for the next round. They've just got a couple of upgraded pistols that they want to use to try and do damage, and well, that is damage. They get the round stealed away, and it's Goddess. It's the player that's been struggling this entire map. She steps up in the biggest of ways. That triple kill, as the smoke fades, the spray onto 2, chef's kiss.
Perfect. Exactly what B4 needed. Now FURIA taking another pause. Just talk about what happened, but more importantly, just calm down, settle the nerves. A lot on the line here in this best of 1. A chance to make it potentially straight through to the playoffs.
Yeah, they've kind of been reset here in a way. Their economy is all over the place. It looks like I think they are going to be forcing into it, and it's going to be rough now because they've only got 2 rifles. That was an insane shot from Younger, by the way. I just want to say her pistol shots have looked nutty in the series. Now she's got the AWP, and you can see that buy, right? 3 upgraded pistols and 2 AKs. There's a lot of pressure now onto Olga and Kaah, but they have been delivering.
They have. But for B4, you need to make this a consistent round. You don't want to trip over your own shoelaces. Goddess potentially thinking about spraying, but no, FURIA down secret early.
Yeah, Younger tries to come and greet them here. Nice peek. She can now fall back, and Olga isn't able to punish, feeling a little bit nervous about it. A smoke down so they can cross. Kaah's creeping and crawling, but Goddess adjusts. A great kill. And now that ground they've taken towards secret is all they have.
That was a really nice kill. Important as well, because it keeps FURIA from any further shenanigans. It doesn't really keep B4 guessing. Olga, if she swung open the door, she could have removed the sniper, but instead, with the lone AK, don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Younger's isolated here, and that can be the path through. That's an AWP that can be collected for the post plant as well. You take her down. This is so much pressure. She needs a rotation.
Yeah.
There's so many players left. You're in a 3v5. Get a second player down here ASAP.
Pressure is on her, misses the shot. Now position completely given up, but no, Julih rotates at the perfect moment. How on earth does Younger hit that shot into control room? Gabby, the lurking player for FURIA. She's got the A bomb site. That's fantastic, but the bomb is on B.
Yeah, the cavalry arrives at the exact perfect timing. Kaah, under pressure, misses that initial shot. It's a difficult one down onto Olga, but it doesn't matter that she misses. What matters is she stays alive. Yeah. Julih can rotate over, punish Olga while Olga's trying to take this super awkward fight on a player above her. And then Kaah hits an absolute slammer. So Gabby, she just wants to die at this point. She doesn't want to have a Tech 9 into the next round. So she's going to charge through, and Goddess is going to give her her wish.
Yeah, really important as well, the fact that it's consecutive rounds in a row for B4, and they do it in such a convincing fashion. That economy, it starts to glow, and as you were saying in the previous, on the flip side for FURIA, it's completely shattered.
Yeah, going for the investment into that one, the hero rifles with pistols around it does not pay off. They're sort of hedging a lot of their bets. Well, not hedging, they're going all in. The opposite hedging. They are betting everything on Olga and onto Kaah, and well, the house always wins. Now, B4 in a position to take the lead once again. Younger with a nice shot, and she gets a few more opportunities. Okay, that one misses, but now she can adjust and has Goddess to support, raining in from on higher. Younger getting overwhelmed. She's going to do a lot of damage, though. Ooh, Goddess needs to be careful here, but she is able to adjust, and in the end, it's just one that falls.
Yeah, it's fine. It always gets a little bit scary.
Well, AWP wasn't picked up, so it's a little costly.
It is. Poppins has been kind of resting on her laurels, sitting on the finances. Has got a nice little nest egg, 8,700. So she could potentially drop an AWP over. That's exactly what happens. So Younger is well equipped. No AWP on the other side. Talk about the finances off the back of that eco. The best Kaah can really afford is an AK. Yeah,
and Kaah has been such an instrumental player for FURIA so far. So her not having a signature weapon, it does hurt a little bit. She's going to go up onto Silo with an AK, and that is not necessarily the weapon you want for the job. Goddess is definitely starting to get into the swing of things now on the CT side as well. She was 1 for 14, now 9 for 8. Slowly getting that back into a more nicer scoreline.
Yeah, feels a bit nicer when you press tab.
Yeah.
Look at this setup. 3-player lean, potentially a 4th in towards A for B4, and well, it could come at the perfect moment. Flashbang through, Poppins fully blind, gets removed by Olga. How many more casualties can she find? Spam through, now Crosshair fixated over towards Heaven. Orp swings out, doesn't find her.
How does Olga get that second kill? She's looking for more, but gonna be denied. A nice shot from Younger, but it's still a player advantage for FURIA, and they have full control.
They can't go for it.
Yeah, they have to save. They've got money, but they've got no way in.
Yeah.
That bomb is going to be planted, and a retake here, it's impossible unless it's gifted.
Flashbang, oh, they are going to go through. 2 players cascading down from the heavens, but izaa in the perfect position to punish. And the trades immediately come through. FURIA convert.
I mean, I don't mind the idea in a way,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they have got money.
You've got plenty of money, and if you can, well, if you can get the round, obviously that's a win. But if you find like a good chunk of those players, it gets very costly. And you know, FURIA's economy is tentative. It's not in a great position. But oh my lord, that second kill from Olga. Ridiculous. She doesn't even see the vent is fully blocking her vision, and she's able to adjust to it. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, the fact that she even goes down to the orb means that Younger needs to recalibrate her sniper, and that actually allows FURIA to get the space back in. So she actually has a little bit more. Even after the fact, Younger now swinging outside, miss. Team Flash, in fact, will allow izaa to convert her bullets. Goddess with 1 back, and potential to even do even more damage because she's on a quick flank here, potentially, if she wants it.
Yeah, Younger wasn't ready for that wide of a player to be there, and this gets a little weird.
Yeah, could this be misinformation? With Goddess pushing the issue, are they going to be aware of Secret?
Both teams now missing critical information here. Julih going down though. Olga a massive kill. Now that flank, well, it's going to be not quite so useful. She's going to arrive, and well, at this point, it means nothing because they are long gone. And in fact, the whole team just groups up anyway, so the flank doesn't pay off at all. And now you have to save.
You have to, yeah. 4 versus 3 player advantage. And the economy is well and truly battered and bruised for B4. However, you give yourself a fighting chance. You can save away 3 rifles.
I wouldn't have minded if they maybe moved as a pack there to try and recover that AWP. I mean, it's risky, but like if you pick that up, that's a huge weapon to be able to take over. But yeah, I guess playing by the book, you don't know if that's being covered, and if you lose a player here, it becomes much more costly.
Yeah, completely right. And the fact that they are on first stage loss bonus as well, they're only going to receive 1900. So by having these 3 saved silenced M4s, it gives you a fighting chance, and also look at the utility they've collected too.
Yeah, and 2 players already had over a grand. Goddess had quite a bit. So in fact, Goddess can drop an AWP. So it just about works out, but it's, oh no, she was actually about 100 shy. So no, she couldn't have dropped an AWP, unfortunately. So it is just going to be the M4s out across the board, and allowing FAMAS to join them.
It's still a good buy, all things considered. But FURIA will take the advantage. 12 to 11.
Close as can be between these 2 teams. So back and forth. Feels like each one has the advantage for a moment before it slips. This is a big round for B4. They have to be picking this one up. Giving FURIA 13 and being reset to 14 would not be a good position.
Really good flash. Allows the outside players to cross behind the smokes. Younger looking to do some investigative work outside towards lobby. Kaah now scoping up and over Goddess. It's her responsibility to hold this, but the smokes have just faded.
Yeah, no one crossed over. That Molotov also slows things down. So all of that investment from FURIA doesn't really give them too much. They get to red, and that's about it. And the fact that they've thrown that deep Molotov, that kind of suggests to B4 that they haven't got the info. They haven't crossed yet. They're trying to flush out positions that haven't been cleared.
Yeah, Goddess is just tucked in. Julih's dropped a smoke towards ramp as well. And now this fight comes in towards main. Goddess fluffs her lines, but Nani up high, no. 1 for 1. And Younger even steps in, but can't quite get the second. Poppins, so many players on this A-bomb site, but it's 1 for 1 trades. And it now just leaves Julih up from the heavens, but kaahSENSEI doesn't miss those.
I'll tell you what, that was some of the best trade kills I've seen from both teams. It was 1, 1, 1, 1. There was never a double kill there. It literally went back and forth. And in the end, it was FURIA that just had 1 extra player there because they got the opener.
Yeah, the camera just swaps between so many different players all in a moment.
If Poppins gets that kill in towards Hut, that's the round.
Round done, yeah.
She gets it down to half too, so close, just the finest of margins. And look what it's done. Look what B4 are working with, and FURIA in a great position to get up to 14.
And look at the buffer now that FURIA have established between themselves and B4. They convert this, which surely they do on paper. That puts it on 14, puts it in a very questionable decision. Backs against the wall, especially with kaah finding the opener.
Yeah, big kill to find. And yeah, for B4, this isn't a round they're banking on winning. Damage, even that's not that critical at this stage. Ideally, a couple of rifles is what they're looking for here. Get that AWP, get an AK or two, and you feel like it's a win.
Look how passive FURIA are being.
Yeah, they know that it's not a great investment, right? So they are just holding, waiting to see if B4 are aggressive. We saw in that pre-game interview, the little video, that they like to play aggressive, B4. And FURIA know this, so they are holding for that aggression. It's not coming, though.
I've got a player rotated down on towards B as well. If they elect to head through Hut's FURIA, they're just going to be met with a USP in Poppins' hands.
Yeah, she's good, but that might be a bit too tall of an order. They're making their way through now. All of the utility coming through, good clears. The pistols fall. Nani with 1 HP. All she gets to hold on to. She might just want to hold on to the armor at this point. 1 HP, just get away with it. Something you don't have to invest into the next round. And this one goes as expected.
Yeah, it's good to be diligent by FURIA as well, just making sure they're using their flashbangs anyway. Even though they're up against the lower investment, they don't want to take any chances.
Not when a spot in the semis is on the run,
No,
right?
exactly,
Like,
right.
they want to be in the final.
5 alive.
Beautiful. This is it. Well, not quite it, but it's getting close to it. 2 rounds, all that FURIA need. B4 using another timeout. 3 of those used so far, getting into the tail end of this winners deciders match. And they'll have one last investment to give it a go.
Yeah, Youngo has got plenty of money to purchase the AWP. Poppins sitting on $6,000. So yeah, this round really is crunch time. Potential for the last gun round of the entire best of 1. And yeah, whilst Goddess and Poppins have started to resurge a little bit, having some very impactful kills, again, it's still that consistent wave of FURIA, the force. It's just all there as a unit again.
Doesn't go for the AWP. Decides to opt for the M4, the full belt of utility and the kit.
Makes sense to have util. Got to deny this outside presence that FURIA are trying to exploit as well, because with that lack of information, really can be their undoing. Goddess has got kills with the 5-7 here before. Can she do it with the M4?
It's a change up. They were diligent in clearing this, and there's that Molotov. Exactly what they threw a couple of rounds prior. Goddess has to use her smoke here, and now she can just get spammed through. She's actually not an overcommitment from izaa. She's afraid of the swing, and Goddess takes a nade to the toes. Blows them right off. Walking on stumps at the moment, and they have her number.
Look at this push. Poppins Nani about to go through just as the contact is taken outside with a flash. FURIA find the opener, but now they might find resistance.
Nope. OLGA, nothing is resistance to her at the moment. She's walking all the way through for the wrap.
Oh, she caught that from main. The lobby presence hasn't even gone detected. Now you've got this ramp walk. Nani stepping in towards Hut, but Mari's even holding for it.
Yeah, Mari's holding for the aggression. OLGA, they're just waiting for her to see what she can find. And, well, it's a kill. Nice tap through onto Younger. And he does get that kill, but now OLGA knows where she is, comes on that flank, and it's all the OLGA show, baby. She's over the top of her. Can't quite use the knife in that situation. So Julih does get that kill, but that is going to be it. kaah picks her out of the air, and it is series match point for FURIA.
Yeah, really nice mid-rounding again from FURIA there, just capitalizing on the space that they've gained. Spotted out the bottom of Poppins, and then OLGA just carries on forward, flanks the heavens, and the fact that FURIA just wait for her contact and they can crunch onto the bomb site, it's perfect. And now look at what B4 Esports have just to kind of defend, stay alive on Nuke. 4 MP9s.
What do you call that one, Brandon?
Whew.
MP36. Hey, quick math. All right. Younger with the soul rifle.
Yeah, potentially 120 bullets of pain as well. Inflicted FURIA's way. How B4 going to play this one? You'd imagine a little bit more passive, just waiting for FURIA to come into these closer angles. Deployed a lot of utility early. There's only a couple of smokes at the 1 minute 20 mark.
Yeah, they really want to make sure FURIA don't get away with any sort of aggression, but FURIA have shown so much patience lately. They're happy to wait out this utility, wait to see if a kill gets given up.
Same old story. Look at this passive line outside. But this double ramp setup could be a way back in for B4, but no, OLGA. It's another critical headshot.
Julih had to take the first contact there. Okay, she is able to swing up for that trade, but there's too many players. Mary was already there. So the bait and switch setup. There's a bit of baiting. And now izaa is the one that's flanking. And, well, Younger is not ready for this.
Yep.
There is just no weld she's ready for izaa. izaa is about to side swipe her, and I thought for a second we might see the knife, but no. Going to be a kill instead, and now there's only 2 players left for B4.
Yeah, not quite the switch up that B4 would have hoped for. Instead, FURIA rampage their way down towards the B bomb site, completely unguarded. And now these 2 players of B4 just to send down the vents. Difficult task.
What looked like a very close affair is now starting to crumble. 2 MP9s, Nani and Poppins, the only players remaining. The bomb is ticking down. They have to give this one a look in, but there are FURIA players everywhere. Simply too many. Nani gets a nice opening kill, but then Mary swings through for a double, and FURIA secure themselves a spot in the semi-finals on Nuke.
Yes, indeed. And well, in that Brazilian rivalry, we said it was always going to be aggression. That was the name of the game. But the fact that FURIA looks so dominant on that T side is a cause for concern for the other teams in these finals going forward.
Yeah, I gotta say though, B4 looked very impressive on their T side, right?
Yeah.
8 rounds. This was really a tale of T sides, which is not normally the